Hey, what's up? I'm Levetikai, and I'm playing 9 Kings today. I think this is my first video on it, but I want to do like a proof of concept King of Greed playstyle. I'm calling it the Dirty Rat, and maybe you'll see why here in a sec. But I've made it farther on a different one, but I guess I'm gonna try it out first on the night difficulty. And these are the perks. Some of these don't matter, but the ones that do are these ones. So I have the verticalist, which like upgrades both the top and bottom ones above it and below it. I have expander above it, which gives you all 6 of these. And then that's in conjunction with leftist. Leftist doubles this, which triples that, so that's kind of cool. What I have below it, which is also going to play into this Dirty Rat style, is Lucky. Hopefully get special cards more, like temples, all those kind of rainbow cards. I think that's what that means. And then everything else is just kind of whatever. Some of these greed perk specific, but I just got Nepo Baby, so maybe that'll be a game changer. We'll see. This is the basic idea. So let's give it a try. I have a theory that it's going to be a good play style. So let's try it. And starting off, I think sometimes I'll see other 9 Kings players. They always just happen to get King of Spells and King of Nothing. I'm wondering if this can work with no matter who you start off with. So let's give it a try. Okay, this is pretty good. We got the Thief right off the bat. And I got 3 free rerolls. And when it comes to, what is this, King of Progress, we really like the Lab Rat and Overhaul. And just as easy as that, we have all the units we really care about. I lied. From King of Progress, we also really like Reinforce. So hopefully we'll get that. Beacon is pretty good, and we got the perfect open slot over here. We'll actually do 2 beacons on the palace, even though the palace isn't the best thing in the world. We want library, which is perfect that we got that. Here with Nepo Baby, we got so much money already, but let's see if we can get overwork. And we might not. A lot of the time I like gambling, but for this playstyle we don't need it. There we go. Okay. Okay. So we will start playing library. Since we don't have King of Nothing yet, we'll probably try getting Reinforce on both the Thief and the Lab Rat. And I'll just make them level up really quick and get absurd amount of damage. We will take a vault and put that right there. I turn off the damage and the bleeding and all that, so maybe it looks a little different. We don't have any upgrades yet, so upgrading the library this second isn't needed. And I always ignore the blessings. The blessings typically are never where I need them, so who cares? I guess we'll upgrade the thieves right now. But the beacon is nice because it's constantly making the thief and the palace a little faster as we go on. And in fact, we'll do another beacon. Though I do want to use that offering, but I haven't gotten like anything super useless. So we're hanging out. Okay. Let's see if we can get... What is it called? The answer is no. Precision probably wouldn't be bad. But I want to only keep 2 upgrades per rat and thief. So we'll just take this. And we want King of Nature. He gives us a lot of cloning. And that will be pretty useful just when we want to upgrade everything. Though hopefully with the rainbow card perk, we'll see temples and shrines. That'd be incredibly useful. So we'll see. As we go on too, over interest is pretty good, but early on it's not a bad idea to just get some money. And in fact, we'll actually use this to do an offering. Palace and another library wouldn't be bad. I have the perk that gives you 2 free shop buys. It'd be great to get reinforce. You just took my blacksmith spot, but we are getting rid of that, so that's okay. Yeah, having reinforce right now would be great, or even a steel coat. Those are the 2 we want to give both the thieves and the rats, but as of now we have neither. That's okay. Okay, now we'll start slowly getting more units, and in fact do this, upgrade farm. Yeah, we'll do farm, then we'll sell Midas touch. Goodbye. And for a lot of these early waves, since this does infinity damage, we should be good if we get like 15 stragglers, depending on who we're fighting. There's reinforce. Okay, so now things are gonna get silly. So we'll reinforce here and on both the thieves and the rats, and that's kind of why we're calling it the dirty rat strategy. Thieves are kind of dirty, rats are kind of dirty, and rats, spoiler alert. And then with reinforce, once the library, we'll get a couple on the rats as well. They'll get so many steel coats and reinforces that a blacksmith will no longer be needed, and they'll just get so much damage on each other. If I do it right, it'll look kind of cool, but we'll see. I wonder if this is a high level strategy, but we'll see. Okay, now I want to get my second, what is it? I'm drawing a blank. I didn't get it, so we'll get overhaul. I want my second reinforce, but not yet. It doesn't super matter because we don't have a second library. So, not crazy pressing. What we'll do is do earthworks. Put one farm back. Put the other farm here, and then we'll overhaul it next turn. And maybe you'll hit the farm, but as we go on, overhaul does +1 level every time you use it. It's actually not a bad idea keeping the King of Progress around the whole game and just swapping through everyone else. We could use a beacon. I think we have thieves all up. Yeah, they're all the way upgraded. Bum bum bum. We'll do palace. Let's see if... Well, nope, we're not going to see because I used all my money. And y'all could probably be more efficient than I could. If you have enough, it'd be ideal getting a second overwork. But not this time, baby. Okay, we're going to overhaul this farm. Which is perfect. Got farm and bank. So hopefully we'll get a little more money. And then these are a fine. When I just get nothing, I'll typically go for lands. And those can always be overhauled. Not a big deal. I'll put it over here so it's not in the way of the rats. And then whenever I have extra over interest, I'll typically place them on thieves. But I might want to save money here for a second. So we'll just upgrade our palace. And this might just be easy enough of a difficulty that it's not that deep, but we'll see. Once you have a beacon, that's pretty good. Let's see if we can get our second library. Perfect. And I don't think we have... Yeah, we don't have reinforce yet, so this is just chilling. It'd make more sense to do this. But... What are we looking at? 6 reinforce? Yeah, we'll do this. And if we do this right with beacons everywhere, we get a pretty fast palace, but like the beam movement is kind of slow. So it's never as great as I would like. I should do another beacon just so it's over here. Then I have it. But we'll actually do our library. And when we have reinforce and steel coat on both of these, we can get rid of this and probably do another library. We should be fine here, except for the thieves. Well, we might barely miss life, but that's okay. Perfect. It's the thieves that you want to be wary of. Okay, we got a second beacon, and we'll put that here to make this even a little faster. Honestly, by now we could, next time we get the chance, we can get rid of King of Spells. We have the libraries, which is mostly what we need. Offerings can be pretty good, but between that and overhaul, it's not that crazy. It'd be nice to get King of Nothing, but maybe we won't even get that. That's why it's ideal starting with King of Nothing and King of Spells, just so you have libraries and you have coat of arms. But what can you do? And I don't know, maybe having +5 on the palace is a waste of time and turns. I'm not sure. I like using towers, but King of Greeds might not be the best in the world. I might have to refine that. Let me know in the chat if you play around with this idea. I think it's kind of fun. We'll do another palace. Things are kind of going slow right now. Not quite getting anything I super want. I'm going against King of Spells quite a bit, which is unfortunate. I'd like to see more King of Progress than I could get reinforced for the rats, and that they'd at least be getting reinforced. Offering's not bad. I want to see if I can get another library. And maybe I can't. Yahaha. Okay, another overwork, so that's perfect. Now, farms, blacksmith library, everything is going to do another extra bonus. Oh, and beacons. Beacons too. So we're in a really good spot. We'll probably pass this too easy. I could cycle through these, maybe get a clone, maybe a procreate. But we'll just finish getting Palace. Ideally, we'd be facing a Rainbow army soon and get Templar Shrine, and that just levels up everything really easily, especially Shrine. If I had more King of Progress, I'd be overhauling too, and that would be leveling everything up too. So you might not need to waste as much cards on palaces and blah blah blah. But this round hasn't been crazy lucky yet. Do I have maxed out thieves? I do. Okay, that's good. And I should start using over interests more, but I like just burning through rerolls. Okay, I'm good making peace with King of Spells. If I really wanted to, I could reroll and knock out King of Nature. But this is fine. We want King of Progress, though. And maybe that'll give us reinforce for the rats, as well as more overhauls to use. But we're chilling, so we'll do over invest on the thief. I got 19% for that because one of the perks gives you plus 2% on over interest, and I have it on ×2, so that's why I'm getting 19%. Procreate's fine. I don't need a clone, even though that is typically better just rounding everything off. But we'll get more thieves, which are getting kind of fast. 2 beacons on this is making this faster. So most armies you should be able to clean out like 50. King of Greed is pretty tricky because you have the thieves, and thieves are quick. Let's see if we can get our second reinforce. And it's nice whenever you're cycling cards because it always restarts to 10. There we go. Perfect. And Steel Coat. This is really good. Let's see. I don't have enough for anything else, so we're just gonna dip. But we got Steel Coat for Thief and Reinforce for Rats. So now every time anything levels up, they are both getting some points. 1% or 2% for Lab Rat. And the math eventually gets weird, but around 21% or more for Thieves. So this will level up this, and then 23.34. I don't know where the extra percent comes from, but you'll see as we go on that blacksmiths will just become meaningless. So I'll probably replace that down the road with another library, probably. Maybe another beacon just to make the rats faster. It doesn't super matter. This will fill out eventually, but mostly with banks. We'll get another library here. In fact, we'll just do that now. But if we had temples and shrines, we'd fill that out as well. As we get more banks, money just doesn't become an issue. And in fact, we can honestly do another vault. Could have maxed that one out, but that can be a nice overhaul. Okay, we got a rainbow, so that'd be pretty cool if we got like a temple or shrine, and we should have enough money to cycle through. Neither of what I want. Okay, we got a temple. Shrines might be better just because they forever and ever upgrade rat levels, and it's cool. I never get burglary. I don't want Midas Touch to be stealing away from the libraries. If I'm having if my reroll is too high, I'll get an outsource. And in fact, that might not be a bad idea, but we'll see what we get this time. Eyeglass is pretty good. So we'll go with Eyeglass. And that'll really knock out this run. But let's put a temple here. That'll just give 10% random skilled anything. I'd get 4 to 5 temples. Overhaul should max those out pretty easily. I haven't got a ton of overhauls though, so yeah, which is surprising. It feels like I'm not fighting a lot of King of Progresses, but maybe I'm just tripping. So we got that one maxed out, so now it's doing 5, just making both of these really fast. Let's do a clone. And we got a little money. Can I get an overhaul? Whenever I cycle through, and we'll probably get to thousands of dollars as like if we were doing higher rounds. So it'd be easy to get money. But every time I see an overhaul, I will immediately get it. I can get a rat, and they'll at least give the rat a level. But we'll see if I can do one more. And nothing really. So we'll just leave. And losing money in this strategy isn't a big deal. We'll do a clone of a library. Just get rats more reinforces. That will get them more percentages every level faster. So that's good stuff. And this one, things lined up enough that is pretty good. We got... let's see real quick. Lab rats are never bad, but overhauls are the way to go. And we can always burn through banks. Us being king of greed, we'll always see banks again, so that's not a big deal. I could wait a turn and just burn this orchard, and in fact, I will do that. That'll be the last round anyway, so nothing too crazy. I was saying something, I forgot. That's okay. Over interest, you say? That should be fine. Or over invest. Let's see. So we'll overhaul. And every time you saw all those level ups, all the reinforces kicking in. And that just gives them so much damage. Which as we go on will get silly. We'll overinvest thieves twice. Just kind of interested. 1701, 2024, and we got to level 33 pretty easily. Now this isn't the hardest difficulty. We'll have to see if this works on harder difficulties on later rounds. But I don't know. I think it's kind of a fun strategy. If you tried the dirty rat, let me know. I think it's kind of cool. Anyways, that's all I got. Let's see if I got something super cool. Maybe a new perk? Nope, I didn't even level up. That's okay. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.